It's Thursday, November 13th, 2014. Good morning. I'm forecaster Mark Spencer from NeoWeather.com. We're talking lake effect snow. We'll have all the details about where it's going to fall and how much to expect. The Arctic air coming today looks to remain in place for the next several days. We'll take a look at the latest temperature forecast, and we're talking more lake effect snow again for next week. Get all the details and much more starting right now. Looking at the NeoWeather 3D Max Doppler radar, we're tracking the first snowfall of the season this morning. A little bit heavier band running right here, running in towards Euclid at the moment. Another one pretty much paralleling the lakeshore from Ashtabula County down towards Perry. That could push on shore, and that will lower visibilities and make travel a little bit difficult as it does come on shore. We're waiting for the winds to shift just a little bit. They're a little out of the southwest right now. It's keeping most of the snow over the lake, fortunately, but waiting for them to come out of the west-northwest a little bit, and that's going to start pushing the snow inland this morning. And we may even see a bit of a Lake Michigan connection later today, where we're going to see some moisture stream across lower Michigan and then kind of dump in towards this region here, eastern Lorain County in towards Cuyahoga, maybe northern Medina and northern Summit County, and that'll also raise snow totals out here in the snow belt. We'll have a look at snow totals in just a minute. Taking a look nationally, I hope you're ready for winter because there's some very cold winter-like temperatures out there this morning, especially across the northern and central plains and into Montana and Wyoming and even down in towards Denver, Colorado, where they are below zero this morning. Look at this. Negative teens. Close to negative 20. Here's a negative 20 right there in Riverton, Wyoming. It's just brutally cold for mid-November. Not very warm across our neck of the woods either. It's 20s and 30s from, well, pretty much the Mississippi River on east, and it's continuing. That cold air is going to continue to march eastward, Even cold down in the Dixie States, Mississippi and Alabama in the 30s this morning. Chilly in Florida, 50s and 60s to start, but some rain along the Gulf Coast. Obviously, the big story locally is going to be the snow. We see that overspreading much of the area right here. And then we also have lake effect coming off Lake Michigan into the lower peninsula, and more lake effect snow in the upper peninsula of Michigan coming off of Lake Superior. Downtown Cleveland currently at 9 o'clock is 31 degrees under cloudy skies. Winds are out of the southwest at 10 miles an hour. We're waiting for them to shift a little bit out of the west-northwest as that cold front comes through. Chilly out there, wind chill at 22 with those brisk winds and cold temperatures. So definitely bundle up if you're heading outside. It's about 10 degrees colder than the air temperature. Across the rest of the area this morning, temperatures generally in the low 30s, 30, 31, 32 degrees across the area. The exception Mansfield, a very chilly 28 degrees this morning. Wind chills out there feel like they're about 10 degrees colder. Mansfield, probably not quite that much, but you're running probably right around 20 to 18 degrees there this morning. So very chilly outside as you head out with that brisk wind and the cold temperatures. We do have a lake effect snow advisory in effect for Lake Geauga and Ashtabula counties through 9 o'clock Saturday morning. Again, we are expecting some snow, of course, as you've heard lately, across this area. And here's where the snow may add up enough to become an impact. We're not really sure why they didn't include Cuyahoga County in this, because we do believe eastern Cuyahoga County could see some snowfall other than an inch or two, and we'll have a look at that in a second. Our almanac for today, yesterday's high 42 degrees occurred early on, the low 35. Our averages are 52 and 38, and for the foreseeable future right now, we're going to be well below average for several days. Our records are 72 and 15 on this day. Just a trace of rain yesterday, 1.4 inches for the month. We're running right around normal for the month. Sunrise is at 7:13 a.m. and sunsets at 5:10 p.m. All right, looking at the future cast here, taking a look at the snow. Here it is offshore. Now it's going to start coming onshore. You can see the wind barbs here come out of the west-northwest. A little bit of heavier snow there right around Kirtland, and then you're going to see this Lake Michigan connection start setting up a little bit, at least for a few hours. Snow's going to push inland a little bit then we get a little break early Friday morning, a little bit of secondary snow on the west side of town, and then as we get through the day Friday, basically just scattered lake effect snow showers. We're not looking at too much accumulation on Friday. The bulk of the accumulation is going to be more late this afternoon and overnight tonight. Accumulation wise, here's what we're looking at. Here are the latest updates. Now last night, this differs from this graphic. We had 2 to 4 across the snow belt. Now we're thinking 4 to as much as 7 with that Lake Michigan connection coming in. That's going to provide some extra moisture into the atmosphere. So that is going to mean a little bit more snow. 2 to 4 around that, as far south as Twinsburg and Macedonia, and then an additional 1 to 3 inches basically for the Cleveland metro area and points west down to about as far as Hudson there, and then points east. Not too bad, but again, a few inches of lake effect snow not out of the question towards western Cuyahoga County and eastern Lorain County, and these snowfall totals are through Friday evening. All right, our forecast for today, lake effect snow. We'll see some light snow here and there later this morning and early this afternoon, again, as that front comes through. Outside of the snow belt, accumulations are pretty much next to nothing. A high of 35, temperatures are only going to go up a few degrees. The winds will be out of the west and eventually the west-northwest near the lakeshore, 10 to 15 miles an hour, and we could see 1 to as much as 3 inches of snow off to the east. Akron and Canton, we're looking at about the same high here at 35, not quite as windy, and not quite as much snow. Again, accumulations here, very, very little, if any, at all. Overnight tonight, light snow, mainly in the form of lake effect here, overnight through the evening. Out in the east, we could see maybe 2 to 4, 2 to 5 inches just overnight. Our low 26. Winds die down a little bit, but up near the lakeshore, the immediate lakeshore will be a little bit windier, more like 10 to 15 there. For your extended forecast, lake effect snow for Friday, they're mainly showers, so not very persistent, maybe another 1 to 2 inches for the day on Friday at the most, a high of 34. Lake effect snow showers continue a little bit into Friday evening and early Saturday morning. Saturday will actually clear out a little bit as some high pressure moves through. 34 is your high, and then we get back into Saturday night and Sunday, a little bit more snow as another system comes through. Could see 1 inch to 2 inches across the area. Stay tuned on that. 36 for your high on Sunday. Going to be perfect weather for the Browns game if you like cold weather. And then we get into Sunday night and Monday. We're monitoring a system that could run up the Appalachian Mountains, and depending on its track, it could work just enough warm air into the area to cause a mix of precipitation. So we'll go with a rain-snow mix right now on a high of 33 for your Monday. We could have to add a few degrees to that. If we do, we're looking at a cold rain. Stay tuned for the latest. Behind this is the big Arctic blast we've been talking about. Look at Monday night's low, 17. We're up to 26 on Tuesday and 32 on Wednesday with lake effect snow as a northwest wind comes across the lake with this very cold air. Tuesday night low in the mid-teens. It's pretty chilly, and we look to stay in this for a couple days and then maybe warm up. Make sure you stay right here at neoweather.com for the latest.